I'm picking up some. one thing I never had. Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Ste.Marie Airport Development Corporation, owner and operator of the Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada Airport, is proud to support the Sault Curlers Fall Classic and welcome all to beautiful Sault Ste. Marie. The Sault Ste. Marie Airport. Go there to get anywhere.
One, two, three. Good morning, curling fans across Canada and around the world, as we bring you the inaugural Sault Curlers Association Fall Classic presented by KIOTI Tractor Canada, live from the YNCU Curling Center in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. We have a fantastic field of 21 teams, including teams from Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario, Northern Ontario, Newfoundland and Labrador, the USA, Korea, Japan, Sweden, and Italy, playing for a purse of $90,000 in world ranking points as part of the World Curling Tour. We welcome all the viewers from around the world to our streaming broadcast, and we hope you enjoy every single game that we are providing on YouTube via Curling Stadium. It promises to be an exciting event with some of the best teams in the world. Sheet A is our feature sheet today. In the matchup today is Team Sturmay versus Team Abe. And I am Juha Ketiver, and I'm joined by
Josh Porco.
And we will be announcing the team for this, the announcing team for this draw. A reminder that there is a chat space available for all those tuning in. So please feel free to access that space and interact with others that are watching the games today. Other games are available, and feel free to surf the different sheets of ice to find your favorite team or matchup. Sit back and enjoy as we prepare to get this game started, which it has. So the initial green rock, which is Japan, came just barely into the rings. They've gone around it, and Sturmay has put up a corner, and he's gone around the corner.
Pretty conventional setup here to start off.
Yeah. Seems to be the standard chess move nowadays. I think we would like that shot around the corner to be a little bit higher. That seems to be the place to put it around the corner nowadays. You want to choke off that draw that Team Abe is putting on top of it now. Sweeping it hard to keep it straight. By the guard.
Sit in there for a second shot.
Might be shot. Once we get the overhead back here, we might be able to see that. It's pretty close.
Just looking at the weather this morning here, still humid. Few flakes of snow here, so wondering if that's going to change anything on the ice conditions. I know that we've had some humid weather throughout the week, but should...
Yep. That's +2 this morning driving in, and it should help. Should bring down the frost a little bit. Once it gets cold enough, you don't get as much humidity in the air. Our curling club is it's tough to see on the camera here, but it's all wood ceiling out in the ice shed, so it absorbs a lot of moisture and gives it back. Sturmay was playing the run back, a little bit high on that, and hit and rolled out. Team Abe does here. Looks like they're thinking about replacing Kurt.
A little bit higher this time.
They could have torn off that corner guard as well.
Yeah.
I think Green might be shot.
Yeah, it's a back
Second
button,
shot.
second shot. Yeah, they should be sitting 2.
Yeah. It is fairly close. I think
Probably
Green is
looking
second shot.
for a tight center here. I don't think.
No, they definitely don't want a long one. I think they're looking at maybe a foot in front of the rings. This looks a little hot to me. I think it slows down very quickly. No, that one's in the rings, I think. I don't think that's where they wanted that rock.
Yeah, just a few feet too long, and give Sturmay the run double again.
It's pretty well a nose hit. He'll leave the center guard though. Trying to get a little curl out of it. Jammed between the two.
So just kind of between on both of those shots for the second, looking at that intern hit again. Just sweeper was on it the whole way, so a little bit of an adjustment.
We'll see how this sheet plays today. The right-hand side of the sheet seemed to be a little more swingy than the left-hand side yesterday. Now there isn't, obviously we're in a morning draw here and there isn't as many people out on the ice. We have a fan zone out on what is our sheet 1. And yesterday was full during the evening draw. So let's see what the ice conditions are like today. Team Sturmay is just going to take out that rock that's biting the 12-foot. I think they would like to roll a little bit back towards the center bar. Yep. Looks like this one's a little high. I'd like to have that one in the rings, I think.
Yeah, tried to get that to curl over, and it would have been nice to just bite top 12, block off that back 4 rock. Still lots of time here left in the end.
I think Sturmay's looking at doing something around the corner. So he's got the broom. That would be probably about a half-weight shot.
Yeah, maybe chip shot off of the second shot stone. Abe's second rock, and try to jimmy up the angles a little bit, I think. They always have that run.
Yeah, run their own corner guard back into the pile.
Yep.
Oh, no, he's playing the run back. He's got the group now. We're playing the run back. There is a double there. With the run back, it would be a very difficult shot. There is a run back there for 2. And he makes it.
Very well executed. Great shot. So this is our B-side semifinal. The winner will go on to play Reed Crothers in the 12:30 draw, following this draw. And trying to avoid the seaside gauntlet, as I would say. There's quite a few games on the seaside today. So.
Yeah, that's the sinner's draw. Usually that's on Sundays in the Bonspiel, but it's Saturday today, so it's going to be an interesting day because no one wants to lose and drop down to the C division, the C flight. Ste.Marie has decided to go around the corner guard again. I would imagine they're going to try to lean on the one that's in the rings. They're really sweeping this one hard to get it by the guard. And they will not. Over curls. Rock was fairly light. Sturmay now has a chance to lie too. And he will do the same. He will go around that corner guard. Doesn't want to be too deep. Like to be just touching the 8 foot. I think around that around the corner.
Yeah, put some pressure on Team Abe early on to make a solid run, or try to chance at that run double, or draw and hide.
It's got about 4.5 feet of ice here. It's got a fair amount of curl this morning. The sweepers are on the rock right away, keeping it clean. Not really working it hard yet. And now it dives across, and I don't think that one's going to get around either.
I think they had made a decision halfway down the sheet there it started to take off on them, and they decided to leave it up high.
Team Abe is going to basically play the same draw around that corner. He's taking a little more ice, obviously. There's a yellow that was just thrown is a little bit closer to the center line. And just pick it up right away. Might have been a little tight. Or light.
It's a little bit late.
Really working it. Yeah, that one looks a little light as well. I think they're being fooled by the speed on that side of the sheet.
A little more rotation on that rock as well. So they were cognizant of that, but 8 feet too short there for the sweepers.
Well, let's say if Sturmay has learned a little bit from that. We'll try to get a split time here, I think, if we get a chance. Interesting to see if it is as slow as it looks, or if it's just the players not throwing it hard enough. Well, Karsten's going around that, it's no longer a corner, it's almost a center guard.
Not laying a broom yet, looks a little heavy. Should stop back house.
Got about a 14.2 there. So it's definitely a little bit slower. But Team Abe's got an out here. They can just draw it down to that, and have to move it just a little bit, I think, to be shot. Or if they have to lean on it a little bit, just to the right-hand side of the center of that rock, and then shot as well. Let's see if they've learned something about the speed.
Good chance to lock one on here.
Yep, that would generate a force. And Team Sturmay would have to draw basically to the edge of the button.
Pressure's on it early. It's a little lighter. Throwing it to the brushers. It's looking pretty good.
Needs to curl a bit. Want to make sure they don't overcook it. They want to be shot. No, yellow's still shot. They overcooked that one a little bit. Needed to keep it straighter. Still a pretty good shot. Sturmay needs to throw one to the button to get his deuce.
So a little further here. Looking for maybe take a hair off of it, throw it to the sweepers. Slightly wider line, but should be fine.
It's a little bit. It's a big piece of the button here to score 2. Speed seems to be good. Sweepers aren't really worried about it at this point in time. Needs to curl to get past that rock that's out there. Now it's by it, so the sweepers are working it. Looks pretty good for speed. Very nice rock.
Great shot.
Karsten. Great shot for 2. So that's 2-0 Team Sturmay over Team Abe after the first inning. And we'll be back.
In my experience, if you work the land, you got to be a jack of all trades. You got to have a little bit of optimism, a little bit of idealism, and a whole lot of get-go.
And we're back here, second end, Team Abe versus Team Sturmay. 2-0 lead for Team Sturmay. Team Abe with the hammer here in the second. Started off with Team Sturmay with a 2 center guard, higher center guard. Abe coming in a little deeper, I think, than they had wanted, sitting back 12. Chance to hit out Abe's rock here. Hard on the curl sweep. And they'll get enough of it to move it out, and Team Abe will have a reset of their first one. So now going on the intern side here.
Fairly far out there. Needs a curl pretty hard. So he's got it on the curly sweep. Mark Barrett's gonna trademark that.
It's a little shorter than they had anticipated. Team Sturmay's chipping.
Yeah, it's about edge on edge. So they might even be able to, depending on their weight and if they've got enough nerve, they might be able to get an inside roll. Sweeping hard to get it to curl. Looks like they're going to get about a half a rock. Bounces hard. That's out the 12 foot.
So looking to play a hit and stick here. Keeps play away from the center for now.
Nice clean release. We're right behind the sheet today, so we can see them throwing the rocks. Very nice.
Little hang on for sure. Lone rock in the house.
A little bit better than a biter. Looked a little tight to me on that one.
A little bit tight on the release there for sure. Just hanging on.
Just rolls into the rings. I would have called that up normal weight. That he threw on that one. Possibly Team Abe is hoping that they can keep hitting this rock, staying out there, and get it high enough that they can make a roll behind the yellow one. Might be a little too early to go. Oh, maybe he's trying to roll now. Won't roll far.
Not quite enough, and it's tough trying to get it up a little bit higher so that we're staying, top 4 ideally. We don't want to be creating a pocket for Sturmay to generate a steal or a force.
Well, Carson's calling for a hit and roll here. Nice pop release there, a modern release. A little bit of a roll. Yeah, almost.
A little less weight there. Tried to keep it more in control and just about got it over there.
Team Abe's taking a little more ice here too. I think they're going to be throwing more of a control weight shot here, hoping to get the roll under cover.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit late in the end to try to get back out to the wing. Also still an option with Vice's first.
Weight looks quite good. I think that's pretty well the weight he wanted to throw. They're holding the line. Now they're trying to get it to curl. Maybe a little too late.
It's tough with that weight. Like you almost had to be, they had a generous amount of room getting by that center guard. So I think they could have played a little tighter.
Yeah, they got about 4 or 5 inches of daylight there. Karsten's calling for basically the same shot Team Abe just threw, hoping to get the roll in behind cover to get the force in play. Sweeping it hard. Looks like it's going to roll out in the open on the other side now. That one curled.
That's a fine line there on the weight, just getting it down, and sweepers taking it there.
Probably that's one of the hardest shots in curling is that precise hit and roll when you're trying to get behind a guard. Not a lot of room for error. Now Team Abe's trying the outturn hit and roll to get behind that center guard. Trying to couldn't get it past nose. Now Team Ste.Marie is going to try the same. So he's taking a little less ice than Team Abe had.
I haven't seen too many through this path yet, but could still be a little straighter compared to what we've seen yesterday.
Yeah, this side of the sheet yesterday when we were watching seemed to be a little bit straighter than the other side on the crowd side. No, not a big crowd here yet this morning. So we'll see if that rings true. I think the ice makers worked on a little bit this morning as well. We had that conversation last night. And I think they did a little bit of adjustment to the sheet. Trying to get it to curl. Looks like it's just going to get to the nose.
So both teams with the jackknife style curl sweep. Newer adoption in curl sweeping strategy, I suppose.
They've got the speed as well.
Quick short strokes. A little more surface area on the outside edge of the rock.
Ought to be young again. Definitely a lot less ice here. If you'd like to roll behind cover, it'll definitely be high in the rings, but still wants to roll in behind cover. Now they're trying to keep it straight. This looks pretty good. Not quite. Like I said, it's a difficult shot that hit and roll behind cover, especially when you're trying to get behind a single rock.
So Karsten here may he's kind of looking at playing that inside roll here. You just got to watch edge on edge with that center guard. A little straighter path. Just don't want it to take off on you there. You want to make sure mission number one is to get rid of that green rock. And ideally keep something in the rings, but force a shot at a Team Abe.
If he hits it dead on the nose, I don't think he'll be in the rings.
Correct.
He's got maybe about an inch or two of daylight there. So it's definitely possible to get a little bit of an inside roll.
Yeah, just needs a few inches over, and he'll have enough just to be.
They've cut down the ice again. If you notice, they've gone to actually past the inside edge of the outside edge of the rock.
A little firmer weight here.
Just want to make sure it goes away. Oh, I don't think he needed to throw that weight, Ted. I wasn't expecting that.
It'll be an open in-turn draw here for 2. Open house. Not up the game.
I think that surprised Team Abe as well. I think it surprised both of us. That shot from Karsten. Now they just have to hit anywhere within the paint to score their deuce, and we'll have a tie game. Other games happening right now. On Sheet B, we have Team Skanes versus Team Grudgage on Sheet B. We have Team McEwen versus Team Horgan on Sheet D. Looks like the draw has been made here. Team Abe scores 2. And the scores all tied after 2 ends, 2-2. We'll be back.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
At Coyote, we know that when the weekend rolls around, you have 2 choices. Kick up your feet or kick up some dirt. If only all decisions could be so easy. Coyote, we dig dirt.
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
An iron horse leads you north. A wooded canyon draws you in. Where am I?
So we're back. Team Abe has thrown up the center guard, touching the center line, so he cannot be removed, and Team Sturmay has thrown up the corner guard. Now they're going around the center guard. Looks like it's a little deep. Just behind the tee line, touching the button. And Karsten's decided to follow that down.
Yeah, perfectly buried, just about a foot or two too deep than they'd wanted. A little pocket here now. The out-turn draw.
This looks a little heavy. $14.3. 14.3 seconds. Yeah, it's definitely a little heavy. Can end up in the back 12. Might even hangs on in the back. So 14.3 is a little too quick.
Yeah, we're around 15.3, I'd say, this week.
Yeah. 14.8, 14.9. Get a time on this one as well. Team Abe is going around their center guard. Sweeping it hard to keep it straight. Yeah, that was 15.4. Good sweep on that one. They've got the button surrounded now.
So 2 buried here in the 4-foot.
And he's looking at playing the run back. Opening things up. Doesn't like the way this end is shaping up. A little high. Removes the guard, but doesn't get anything moving in the rings. And Team Abe's asking his second for another center guard. Sweepers are just cleaning that as it's going down.
It's pretty comfortable with this line right now. Second end we've played this way, and they'll split the center line here. Oh, just about.
Yeah, 2.5 feet out in front of the rings. So that was a 16.75 cross. So it is fairly quick on that side. And Team Sturmay is playing the run back again. Like to get something moving in the rings. This one looks a little closer. Still no contact.
Yeah, wasted no time jumping into the hack there.
We don't have any time clocks here this week, so that is not an issue, but I guess he just wanted to get going. And Team Abe's going to throw the guard again. I think they'd like it just a little bit higher than they had it just now. It's only about 2.5 feet in front of the rings. I'd like to probably get it up about 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah, likely right on the Coyote logo. I'd say somewhere in the O or a little bit above that would be what they're aiming for. But that same line, it's pretty dialed in on that same line.
Working it to get it to curl. That's pretty good. It's about 3 feet in front now.
Yeah, on that they were really working to get it to curl over, more so on the line than leaving it high and outside. So good job by the sweepers there. So Vice is first here. Straight down the center line, never left it, and great shot to remove the 2 on the 4-foot just snuck by theirs at the back and leaves the raised rock exposed just outside the 4-foot. So now Team Abe is looking to bury another one somewhere in the 4-foot and replace where they were, or they could elect to go a little bit higher. Top 8 buried behind Sturmay's center guard. Kind of looked at the option of going back to the back of the rings, but I think you'd like to try to keep things in play in front of the tee line at this point. So another one down this out-turn path. Sweepers are close. Looking to try to curl this in past the hog line. It's a great shot, a little deeper than they had wanted. They went on it for line to make sure they were perfectly buried behind that center guard. Tried to keep it flat to make a more difficult double. Now they've left a double for Team Sturmay. Weiss coming down on his last rock here to talk with Karsten. So looking at throwing, an in-turn hit here, and trying to get it to roll up. So you've got a double you can roll up behind your corner. It's okay if you left the shooter there top 4. The roll up is a bonus, I think. The double is the main objective here. Pretty firm weight probably here.
It's tough when we're not throwing consistently either.
So firm out turn, looks a little tight out of his hand. He's going to brush up against his center guard, chip off the corner, and just bite top 12. Abe without hammer will still sit 2. One's top button, the other's just outside the 4-foot on the edge. Decision time here, trying to look at the best approach to protect these rocks. Looking at something coming in top 12. Would leave an edge-on-edge double for Team Sturmay. Allowed Team Abe to run that back later. look at removing this biter here at the top 12. So allow them to they'll control the center of the sheet and still be sitting 2. And then in the event that Team Sturmay does play the double, they'll have something that they can run back on. So rolling over a little bit more than they wanted, but they'll sit 3. And they have that, just push that biter way off onto the wing there. So
Yeah, I think it's still touching. I think it's still touching the 12 foot. I don't think it quite made it out.
So they had a biter on the north side of the sheet. Now it's going to go to the east side of the sheet. And but they are sitting 3. Wanted to try to keep that shooter more on the top 12, kind of over top of drink, and but a little bit firmer than I think they had anticipated.
If anybody's wondering what the decals and the ice mean on this sheet, that's our resident restaurant here in the curling club. So if anybody's hungry, you can come on up. We have a great menu here, and the food is fantastic. Looks like he's playing a double. Looks like Karsten's calling for the double here. Pretty simple double. And the intern. Nice control weight. Trying to get it to curl a bit. Stays right there. So Team Sturmay lies first, and third, and fourth.
So eyeing up a double here, and also elect to hit and roll away, but
they would have to roll a long ways, I think.
Away, and still an opportunity for a double for Team Sturmay for the potential 3. So I think a little bit of damage control here and leave that steep double for Team Sturmay for their deuce.
A nose hit wouldn't be bad here either.
Yep.
I think that would be a force.
They're on it here.
Trying to get the double, I think. Uh-oh. That's a no-hole. Nose hit now. Looks like it'll give Team Sturmay the tray here.
Yeah, the shooter rolled over a little bit more than I think they wanted. They were playing for the double, jammed, and on the high side rolled under. So you left a routine nose double here for, could be a 3. Depends on that outside rock.
Yeah, Team Abe, I think they overcooked that one a little bit. They held it straight too long. I don't think the double was necessary there. I think they could have just played the nose hit and they would have been fine. Well, Karsten Strong haven't touched the rock. Looks pretty good. There's the double and a score of 3 for Team Sturmay. So Team Sturmay is up 5-2 after 3 ends, and we'll be back.
We lost part of our forest to fire several years ago. We decided to stay and help it recover. People who have heavy machinery have the opportunity to reach out and help their neighbors for the common good.
When your people are ready, your business is ready. Cintas makes sure they have what they need to perform their best. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, fire protection systems that are tested and inspected, first aid and safety supplies, floor mats, or cleaning tools and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better workdays happen together, so visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
And we're back. Team Abe has thrown up the corner guard. They're going to go around it. Team Sturmay has thrown up the center guard. They try to go around it, but they chip the guard a little bit and are in the open. But Team Abe is ignoring that rock that's in the rings and trying to get around the corner.
Yeah, Team Abe last night in the B-side quarterfinal, they were on the opposite end of this the scoreboard, up 5-2 in the fourth, and now looking to do the opposite.
Ice is running well here. They could bury around corner guards as well as burying around center guards, which is, I know that makes a skip's heart very happy when you can bury everywhere on the sheet. Might be able to see just a sliver of the corner of the green rock that went around the corner guard, but I think he's playing a little bit, trying to bump here, I think. Trying to keep it straight.
Coming up on this guard, pretty close.
Nice shot.
Make the chip and roll. Perfect.
Nice hack the board weight there.
Yeah, it's a fine line, definitely, with on arena ice, trying to navigate that guard, right? A smidge less weight, and your sweeper's pounding it down there to keep it straight. So
yeah, I like that you call this arena ice, because that's what it reminds me of, having played a little bit on arena ice over my years of curling, and this one it's very simple. It just proves you can make arena type ice in a curling club.
Definitely. Ice crew Josh Vanderberg and Tom Leonard and team have been doing a fantastic job this week. Lots of preparation time, lots of work between the draws, and hats off to them.
Team Abe's drawing around that center guard. Looks a little heavy. Trying to get it to curl now. Gonna bump that one in the back just a tad. Karsten's looks like he initial thought is to follow it down, and I think he will. A little tighter ice, I think. That release might have been just a little bit wide.
Should come in here, get into the hog line, it should snap in. Good communication on that one to lock one on for shot.
I think someone's going to score this end. Interesting getting a time here. Split time between the hog lines, see what kind of weight we're throwing here. Team Abe is just following that Team Sturmay rock down the sheet.
Should firm up a little bit as we get to the midpoint of the game.
I've talked to a few of the teams and they've said it doesn't slow down a lot during the game. It's way out there. Forgot to stop the clock. But so interested in watching the shot. This one's just a little heavy. Team Abe is shot, but the rock is available to move it back. So Karsten just wants to move that about a foot.
Yeah, make a small pocket here.
I'd like to get a little bit of an inside roll, I think. Just chip off of that and see if I can get a better time here.
Definitely been a preference to keep play the last 4 hens on this side of the sheet. If there's some concern on the board side with the fan zone, but just the way that the game's been going.
Well, that's pretty well a perfect shot. Got the bump and the inside roll. Now Team Abe has to freeze to that yellow one that's just on the back of the button. And that'll make it really interesting.
So go 4 feet here from the broom. Draw against the 2. See if we can get a time on this one here.
I keep getting interested in the shot. Forget to stop the timer. I can start it, but I can't stop it. I have to go down to my locker and get my stopwatch.
Yeah.
Trying to use my phone here. This looks like a little bit better weight.
Just a little brush on here. Looks pretty good.
It's a 15.25.
Yeah.
A little short, I think.
Yeah, but the speed's definitely keeping up.
Yeah, definitely. 15.25 is for us club curlers, that's a blazing speed.
Yeah. So still sitting 2, Team Sturmay without. Probably look at potential of a corner freeze on that top green.
That was his original call there.
Yeah.
I think I saw Karsten put his broom down there. I don't see anything wrong with that call.
So maybe some concern here on the angle raise, but I do agree. I think that corner freeze or even anywhere along that biting the center line is a great opportunity.
Yeah, past the yellow guard.
Yep.
I think if you leave it up too high, Team Abe will just go around and they can still get to the button. Lots of great comments on the YouTube channel here. I see we have a lot of A lot of fans from Japan watching the game. Glad that you're there. Cheering on your team.
So slightly narrow, a little bit narrow broom here, Colton shot, and we're looking at 3.5 feet of broom. So Team Abe was with about 4, trying to get back to the center line. So maybe a little bit more positive on this rotation.
This one looks a little bit lighter. I don't think this one's going to get there. It didn't quite get a stagger on those 2 yellow ones, so there's definitely something that could be done out there. Team Abe could still draw.
You're looking at the double run here. Run theirs into that pocket. Could be some risk and reward here. Down 3, looking to shake things up a bit.
I think they're staggered enough that if he does play the run, that it'll clear the front. His shooter would roll to the left on as you're watching your screen here. So he has to hit it a little bit on the high side.
It'll be difficult to remove the shot stone, the first shot stone of Sturmay's, but could likely end up, if all works out, promoting their Abe Rock that's top 4 into the button. So looks like a little bit of heat coming here.
Definitely wants to move some rocks. Looks like he's throwing the out turn. Has to get just on the low side of the rock. Oh, it did open it up. It changes the complexion of the end.
It worked out okay. It actually did shake up that back 4 rock. Sturmay's got it rolling out and unlocked the back 4 Sturmay rock. So they're still, Sturmay is sitting 1, back 8 rather, with 2 Abe rocks sitting beside.
I didn't see the call here. I don't know.
It's just a hit on the outside, back 8 Abe rock and flop onto the other green rock. It could, with enough weight, chip both out. An opportunity to sit 4 for Sturmay, but
that would definitely be a force.
just wiggles that one back, so rolls up, tucked, buried behind the corner.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Sit 2.
Got a little bit of action there, rolling back up sheet. Could ignore everything on that side of the sheet where all the yellow and greens are and go behind their own.
Definitely. I think they could end up with shot buried behind their own guard. It's ideal to use your own guards, so.
Yeah, they can get buried and still be just barely touching the 4-foot. I like this call. They could even show a little bit on the, go past the green guard a little bit and show on the other side.
Yep.
Because if Sturmay were to try a hit on that, some type of chip might jam on the back.
Yep.
Let's see if this one curls on the side they've been avoiding.
Yeah, not too many here on the south turn side coming back. So hard on the curl sweep here, trying to get it over, tucked behind that guard. Won't quite get there.
Oh, I think it is.
It's
I think
about
it is.
half buried or so.
Oh, no, it's
More
fully
than that?
buried. Oh, yeah,
no,
it's
it's
fully
perfect.
buried.
Pardon me. It's enough to be shot as well, so
Very good shot.
time to follow it down with hack weight here.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit less ice. We can get a time on this one. Weight looks pretty good. We need to get it to curl. You got a chunk of it. That was a 12.5.
So it'll be enough to force the draw for one for Team Abe. We have sheets B and C beside our feature sheet here that have ended in finals.
Team Abe looking at three yellow rocks. So they definitely need to get to almost to the 4 foot to score their one. Definitely don't want to give up any more here. We are playing in the fourth end.
Yeah, we've seen this path a few times. It should be just thrown a beautiful draw behind that corner. So give a little bit more room by the guard. Should be fine.
Sweepers get on it right away. Staying out there. Needs to curl. I think they jumped on that one a little too soon. Now it's past the guard. And they just get it to the 4 foot for one. So after 4 ends, it's Team Sturmay 5 and Team Abe 3. And we'll be back.
I've been raised on the farm since day one, so I was born into it. My grandfather came in here in 1905. I want to continue the farm for him and generations to come. So
I think it's a privilege that we get to be here. It's just a wonderful way of life.
You know, what job is there that you can go to work with your dad and brother, with your kids by your side? Doesn't get much better than that.
And we're back. Team Abe has put up the center guard. Team Sturmay went around it, but ended up in the back 12 foot. Team Abe is going around that. Well, maybe they're not going around it.
Double centers here to start.
Yeah, not quite on the center line, but Karsten's ignoring that and going around it.
Yeah, I think with Sturmay's first going a bit deep, they've elected to try to double up the center and go a little bit harder for a steal here in the fifth end. Still time in the game, but electing to go a little bit more aggressive.
This one's staying out there as well. Looks a little heavy. Definitely skating. That one ends up in the back 12 as well. Maybe they're trying to lull the opposition to sleep here.
So 2 finals on the sheets beside our feature sheet here. So we have Team Skanes and Team Brundage finishing off. So it's an 8-1 final there, Team Skanes. We had on sheet C, John Schuster finishing off Team Johnston with a 7-0 final there through 4. On sheet D, we have Team McEwen and Team Morgan in a 2-2 tie playing the 4th. And on sheet E, we have Keene versus Dunham, and it's a 3-2 lead there for Team Keene playing the 4th as well.
I think that's pronounced Dunham.
Dunham, sorry.
And Team Abe went around the staggered center guards, and they're a little bit behind the T line, but now Team Sturmay is going to try to clean up the mess in the front. Gets the run back.
Makes the double.
Makes the double, and Team Abe still has a rock in the back 12 foot, and there is a corner guard. Team Abe is going to replace the center guard again.
It's a great shot there to get things moving, opened up with the hammer. Pretty dialed in on this out-turn path.
Yeah, they're wearing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the intern path, I'm sure it feels neglected. Right on the Coyote. Almost to the Coyote. So what's Karsten looking at here? He took a hard look at something. Definitely peel weight shot here. Wants the double out front. Gets those all moving. So all we have out front now is a lonely yellow guard guarding the very edge of the 12 foot. Something happened in the rings. Somebody's foot caught something, scratching the ice.
So looking to replace that center one more time here. Vice is first.
Ste.Marie Abe is still lying one in the back 12 foot.
I think that'll come in handy later. I know Sturmay's trying to get some action, get that other one out to play for the force, but for the time being, Team Abe will look to replace that guard for maybe Vice's first, possibly even the second shot, and then look at getting two in the rings for the force. Get back the hammer in the sixth.
Looks good for a guard here. Wait, looks pretty good. Supers are on it early. It's far enough out that he could try the run double here as well. He's going to give it a shot.
Exactly. It's a bonus if you clip it, but make sure the shooter gets out of the way here. Avoid the jam.
Definitely peel weight here. Peels it off. We're going to throw another center guard.
Wash, rinse, repeat here.
Yeah, I think so. As long as they have that one in the back 12, the force is still alive.
Exactly. Keeping a bit of separation, right, as we see there with the run double. And ever in the event that Sturmay shooter lies as a center guard or corner guard, then they can also work with that as well.
I see one of the team Sturmay players was following that rock down the sheet and getting a split time on that as well. It's a good strategy, getting to understand what the ice is doing later in the game. More information is always better than no information.
Yeah, especially when you're the team that's been throwing 4 or 5 hits at this point, right? To get a read on for Skip's eventual, if in the event that Skip is going to have to throw a draw, you get a feel for what that draw path is on the outturn side.
It's got the peel again, looks like.
Possibly overcooked a little there. They were on it right out of his hand and 3/4 of the way down the sheet. But floated out a little bit, but
Definitely wasn't light.
so I think here with Skip's first, we're going to see him go in.
Looks like an in-turn draw. I don't know if he's trying to get around that corner.
I think he's going
I
outturn
think it's an
side,
out-turn.
yeah. Out into the
Yeah.
fresher side, or fresher side rather.
Taking a little more ice. Yeah, he is definitely throwing the out turn.
Chance to switch up the hit path here. We've seen.
Yeah, I think he's looking to get it top 12. Doesn't want to be much deeper than that because that'll open up the possibility of a double. Top 12 would be a very nice place to drop this rock. Sweepers are just escorting it down the sheet. Don't want to be too deep. It's a very nice rock.
Perfect spot.
He's going to try it. I think Karsten's trying to line up the double.
Definitely. I mean, he can't get shot with a hit and stick, which could leave Team Abe drawing around it or putting a little more pressure on. So why not give it a run? Your shooter's not going to get shot unless you hit and roll to the center. So.
I think there'll be a little speed on this one as well, going by where the broom is. Trying to keep it straight. Looks like it's going to be a nose hit. No? And it sticks around.
So may elect to go a little bit out more under the wings. Pretty well running a little tighter than the path that he just threw, so they'll come through the slide path off to the wing as well. Keeps the steep angle, keeps the double virtually off the table, I would say, but definitely more difficult. Forces on.
They have a pretty good idea what weight is here. Just threw it, so Team Abe should be able to put it back in the 12 foot. I've noticed with the Team Abe team that most of the shooters are they're not square when they're throwing. Seem to have a little bit of, they're all right-handed. They have a little bit of a right shoulder forward delivery, which is I find that quite interesting. Maybe that's just the style that they use in Japan.
Yeah.
There we go. That one's in the top 12, and that's a force. Team Sturmay has to get just a little chunk of the 8 foot to get to score their one.
So this is where those split times come in handy, right? You give your number to your skip and follow it down, make sure that it's clean, and
this is where the sweepers hope that they give it to the sweepers rather than.
That's right.
It's always a terrible feeling when you're falling a rock down the sheet and there's nothing you can do about it. When it's a little heavy, so. Sweepers are on it right away.
And just a heavy clean here.
Yeah, still cleaning. It's always a good thing to do. Don't want to lose a rock to anything out on the ice. This looks like it's going to track very nicely into the rings.
Great shot.
Great shot. Stops on the tee line. So after 5 ends, the score is 6-3. Team Sturmay over Team Abe. We'll be back.
In my experience, if you work the land, you got to be a jack of all trades. You got to have a little bit of optimism, a little bit of idealism, and a whole lot of get-go.
And we're back. Team Sturmay has put up the center guard, and Team Abe has thrown up the corner. Standard opening. Nothing unusual about that. We're actually getting a rock coming down on the outturned side of the sheet. I say it's been pretty well neglected this game, so. Very nice shot. Ends up on the button. Team Abe is looking at going. They're going to go back to the intern side.
So hopefully to lock one on here. Just get some angles set up.
It is his Team Sturmay rock out on the center line. It is touching the center line, so the only team that can remove it is Team Sturmay. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. They're up 3, playing the 6th end. If they're willing to mix it up, or are they going to, once this gets locked on, are they going to? Very nice shot. Not second shot, but no, they're going to come in.
Yeah, just a hair lighter than I think they wanted to throw there.
Yeah.
Sturmay will look to put one top 8, or it's a bonus if he locks the angle on this screen. You don't want to move it too far to poke the angle out on the other side as well.
This one's really staying out there. Should have a lot of late break. They haven't done the curly sweep on it yet. Here it comes. Weight looks pretty good. Top 8. Just touching the top 8. Scoring area's gotten a lot smaller all of a sudden.
6th rock coming up at the end. Looking to maybe shuffle a few things here for Team Abe.
Looking at possibly tapping that yellow one back. Can see a sliver of it from the other end. Looking at tapping back 8 weight. Back 8 foot here, so maybe he's looking for back 8 foot weight. Just trying to move things around. Even if he taps that green one that's in the 4 foot with the yellow one, it'd be interesting. So just needs to get this yellow one that's in the top 8 foot moving. Sweeping it early. I don't think this one looks a little light.
Really starting to go sideways on them out of his hand, but a lot lighter than the last. Great sweep to get that there.
Great sweep. Yep.
Pushes the Sturmay rock onto their rock top 4.
So it looks, he was a little light. He was asking for back 8-foot weight. Looks like he was about 5 or 6 feet short on the weight that he wanted. I think if he would have had the weight, he would have made the shot a little bit better. Team Sturmay has decided to have a little conference. As I've said, these games are not timed, so we have seen a few fairly long games here today. A 3-hour 8-end game.
So I think the fear is here that Karsten's original plan to kind of block up the out-turn path. The team's concerned on the in-turn side, the way the angles are. I mean, with any kind of weight, they can remove Sturmay's rocks out of play. Likely would end up chipping that green rock, that second shot, over off into the open, but the team's a bit concerned there with quite enough weight. Team Abe can get shot and shift those Sturmay rocks over.
And Team Abe could even still play the in-turn on their green one that's in the top 12 and move that one as well.
Exactly.
I think we're going to see some house cleaning here. Looks like an out-turn run back. Open it up. On it early. Still leaves a partial center guard covering their own rock. Now the Team Abe can see their own. Just a little tap back here. That seems to be the call.
And they've also regained, like Team Sturmay there has regained control of the center. So Team Abe can't use that their original green center line to run back. So kind of takes a little bit of control back. So a chance here.
And he asked for kind of back 4-foot weight here to just move the Team Sturmay rock. This looks like it has a little bit better weight than the first one did. Sweepers aren't touching it. Now they're trying to get it to curl. Sweeping hard to get it to curl. Nope.
It was always a concern on that shot with the angle and a little bit firmer than they wanted. If it had curled up right, you would have caught the back button shot rock. So you don't have to be too cute here with a double. There is a double there. Possibility. Hit and roll is the objective. Get something top button. If it squeaks.
Yeah, they'd like to end up in front of their yellow one that's just nibbling the button. That would be perfect.
Exactly.
Then it's a couple rocks. Team Abe would need at least 2 rocks to move those 2 rocks off the button area. This rock's got a lot of rotation. Sweeping it hard to keep it straight. They're going to get a roll here. I don't think he wanted to quite roll that far.
created a little bit of a pocket here for Team Abe, but sitting 3 for the time being. Team Abe could plan on drawing in there, but they really have a small scoring zone, especially down 3 with the hammer. Might elect to shuffle a few yellow stones out of here.
They've talked about both possibilities here, I think. Some broom movements in both directions, both in-turn and out-turn side. Looking at the out-turn side. It's an interesting call.
Another outside shot. It may come out later on in the end. We've got a green corner guard, Abe team corner guard that could always be slashed in. So it might be shifting play here on the out-turn side, and last resort, you've got that outside slash if needed to get to the button.
Just took a little bit more ice. I think he's just trying to jiggle that yellow pile around a little bit here, I think.
So.
Sweeper's on it very closely. Now they're trying to get it to curl.
Curl up quite enough there. As much as they'd like to, they would have rather kept that green rock, their shot stone, out in front. But
well, he's building a little wall there at the tee line. Carson's asked for a draw right into that little bit of a pocket there.
Yeah, Kyle's been the last few ends throwing quite a bit of heat, so he's going to rely on a number from the sweepers here.
Looks like it's got enough weight to get there, and just will it curl enough? Definitely a little heavy.
Yeah, always difficult having thrown hits the last few ends and to reshift gears at any level.
Do you think you can get rid of all 4 rocks here? I think there is a possibility, at least to get rid of 3 of them. I think it's there.
Yeah, so
if you look at the angles here, he gets about a third of the rock.
Solid enough weight that maybe the nearest shot stone right now, that it may stick around back 8, but could definitely get all 4 moving here. A slight ricochet up the sheet.
Correct.
Should be a heater coming.
It's going to need a little bit of pace here to get the rocks moving. Making sure the rock's clean. Standing up and resetting in the hack. That's always a good thing to do. Getting comfortable. Needs to hold the line. I think he hit that a little too thin.
May have curled up a smidge. They were on it right away. Could have been sliding a bit tight on that ice, but
Yeah, it looked like he could have probably had a little bit more ice if he hit the broom. It was tough to see. We don't have an instant replay here, so people on the net can probably see it again, but we can't. That's too bad. I would like to have seen that one hit where they thought they should have hit it. That would have been interesting to see if they could have got all 4 rocks moving.
yeah, he had to throw the in turn there. He couldn't throw the out turn, and then it would have been edge on edge with that guard, right? So it was very tough to get that ricochet motion. Just didn't stuck off on him.
Carson's coming around that high guard. It's just off the center line. This one looks like it's got a lot of legs as well. Sweepers haven't touched it. Another chance.
Yeah, big chance here, creating a pocket for Team Abe.
They would dearly like to get 2 here.
Skips.
There is that there is that possibility for a skips deuce here.
So opportunity here to lock one in and be shot rock.
He would be, if he locks one in there, he would be fully buried.
So a little more than 4 feet of ice. Well, about 4 feet of ice here again. We saw on other ends coming back here to the glass.
4 feet 4 inches. We don't do metric here at the curling rink. Sweepers don't seem to be concerned with it. They're keeping it straight. They definitely need to get it to curl. Looks like a lot of weight. This doesn't look good.
Oh boy.
Definitely heavy.
A little excited there. Had a great opportunity and just didn't throw it to the sweepers there.
Great opportunity for sure. Just didn't. Wonder if it's actually speeding up.
Could be.
Or not slowing down as much as they thought it would. It's usually one or the other.
Oh, we have 2 empty sheets on the other one side, fan zone on the other, so maybe that could be some changing on this side of the club.
Yeah, ice conditions. Team Sturmay is playing a draw, and they indicated top 4 foot to guard the button. So let's see where he comes here. This one's out there again. Has to curl by that green corner guard.
Not touching a broom to it yet.
It seems to be moving as well.
So ideally a little bit higher there in that situation.
I think just getting to the. He has to get to the nose of that rock that was just thrown. Team Abe, I think, can score 1.
Looking
They
at
definitely need to score here, being down 3 after 5 ends.
looking at Hack Wade here, get to the nose, maybe even punch it through that hole. I think even if it jams on that back 4, he's likely still shot.
Yes, it just did. Will he outcount the one on the yellow rock on the right?
Team Sturmay going slightly deeper there, with the intention of being top 4, would have really put the decision cap on Team Abe. But chance here for the force for the 1.
Now they're trying to get it to curl. Needs to get to the nose. They really need to get it to curl. Looks like 1 green. Very fortunate there that they got it to curl. So after 6 ends, it's 6-4 Team Sturmay over Team Abe. We'll be back.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
At Coyote, we know that when the weekend rolls around, you have 2 choices. Kick up your feet or kick up some dirt. If only all decisions would be so easy. Coyote, we dig dirt.
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
An iron horse leads you north. A wooded canyon draws you in. Where am I?
Back. Team Abe has put up the center guard, and Team Sturmay has gone around it. They're still playing the right-hand side of the sheet here. Throwing up another guard. Need to curl a bit. Touching that center line. Not quite there. But Team Sturmay looks like they're going to ignore it, and they're going to go around. So I'm wondering if Team Abe, what their strategy is this end, if they're going to kick it all into gear here and try to steal.
Yeah, I mean, being down, there's an option to try to force, be down 3 with in the 8th end, but they've had a couple chances with hammer down 3 and might want to switch it up and go hard for a force, or for a steal rather.
Yeah, Personally, that's what I'd be trying here. I try to at least steal one. Obviously, I'd like to steal two and come home at least tied without the hammer. But
We've seen throughout the week so far a few games that have been stolen back from teams 7th, 8th, and 9th end. So
Team Abe is playing the intern around that to get to that yellow Sturmay rock in the rings. They're sweeping this one hard. They actually use the intern side of the sheet. Overcooked that one just a bit. And Team Sturmay is going to clear the front guards. Peel weight. I'd like to see both of them disappear.
yeah, pretty good angles for the double peel here.
But leaves the center guard. But it is their rock. So they can use that to their advantage later in the end. I'm sure they'll be peeling again. Team Abe's replacing that center guard, I think. I didn't see the indication there, Josh. Did they want to go in, or were they just replacing the center
I
guard?
think they're just coming back on that Coyote logo again.
This one's hanging out there a lot.
Working more on the line here. A little separation from the Sturmay centerline guard as well. So they'll probably give it a go again on the double peel / similar angle to the last one. Little bit longer.
They definitely don't want to come across the top of that green one and drive it into their own yellow that's in the full 8 foot there, just in front of the 4 foot. Now he's changed his mind. Looks like he's gonna. He still wants to play the clearing shot.
It's not too much concern there if the shooter rolls out and you get the double peel. If it jams, the play gets brought into the house, right? So then Team Abe has to look at whether they're going to guard, put a tighter center or not.
So they're going back to the clearing shot with the out turn. Definitely peel weight here. Pretty close to what he wanted. Got everything moving.
Yep.
That was a
Great
lovely shot. Got everything moving.
Yeah, I think the second was eyeing that up with enough weight. He had a lot of rotation on that. And so if you throw it hard enough that the jam can't hang around.
That's right. That's right. The rocks here at the club are pretty lively. They're only about 6 years old now, so still have a lot of bounce. Looks like the Team Abe is going to replace the center guard. They're ignoring that one that's in the rings, which tells me that they're going all out to try to steal here, or at least get the force, but hopefully to steal. And Team Sturmay is going to peel that one off. Could be a blank end now too, so that might be
Yep.
in Team Abe's mind as well, that they would be 2 down coming home without the hammer. And the peel is made.
So winner of this game looking to play the B-side final against Reed Crothers at 12:30. So the following draw here today.
And Team Abe looks like their initial indication was to go around that corner guard. Interesting call. I would think that Karsten would just split the rings after that. But we'll see what happens.
I think it's difficult, especially if you're not going to be shot. If you split the rings, you're going to force Team Abe without the hammer into a tough double to get out of that. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I probably would go one more center.
Yeah.
Vice is last here, and then Skip could come in or freeze or a few options, but
yeah, could have frozen to the one that's in the back forefoot there as well, right now, rather than going around the corner. Line looks very good. Should warp in there very nicely. Probably stick out the other side a little bit even. And it has. You can see about. Oh, interesting. Interesting call.
Well, I think the idea is here, you follow that down, you're behind your guard as well, sitting
For sure.
two. If Team Abe could have been a little bit tighter to the guard, it would have probably, Karsten would have looked at splitting the rings there.
Interesting to see what how their weight is here on Team Sturmay, because they haven't thrown a lot of draws. Last time they were all heavy. Really pounding this one. Keep it straight.
Yeah, last 10 Kyle's draw, he was a little bit heavy, so this time electing to throw it more to the sweepers. It makes a good one not. Second shot, though.
Couple options here for Team Abe. They could freeze to that yellow one. They could even, not that it's a great shot, but they could hit and roll behind cover as well. Or they could straight draw around the corners. Definitely will curl hard enough to get around that yellow one. I don't know if that's why he has the broom on the ice there. Now they're talking about the freeze. Freeze is always a difficult shot.
If you really want to go hard for a steal, you could just draw behind that corner guard, right?
Yeah, that's what I think they've been looking at that.
But
He's
you're
tapping his broom there.
likely going to have a double or a pretty tough shot to put some pressure on Sturmay on your next.
Sure. Yeah, he's definitely going around that pile of rocks there in the top 12 foot. That's the call.
Lots of patience in the end.
Sure. First skip rock here for Team Abe. Here comes that draw around the corners. This rock needs to really walk across here to get around those corner guards.
Thank you.
It's partially buried, maybe a third behind cover. Weight was perfect, right on the tee line. Looks like Karsten's just going to follow him down. Definitely wants to get there. Doesn't want to end up short and leave a hit and roll, or even just a straight hit on that yellow one. See if we can get the weight right this time. Good pop on the release there, so it should hold. The line should hold for a while. Looks a little heavy. No?
Oh, great shot.
For sure.
So we have two other games still going on here. Sheet D action. We have Team Horgan versus Team McEwen. Team Horgan up 4-3, playing the 7th end. We also have Team Keene and Team Dunham. Keene up 5-2, playing the 6th end. And those are also available on Curling Stadium as well, the other live feeds. Chance here to freeze in.
Now, Team Abe is that's pretty well the only shot they have. That would hopefully give them the force. From what we've seen here, the rock should definitely walk over there. Keeping it straight for now.
Yeah, ideally locking something in on the high side can hopefully not leave Karsten a shot to blast that out.
Line looks pretty good. Sweeping this one hard to get it by that yellow one. Excellent shot.
So enough separation there that Karsten could actually run double.
Yeah, looks like it.
Likely going to give that a go. So not quite the weight that Team Abe was looking for there to lock one on, but on the other hand, they didn't want to bump it back, so kind of between optimal outcomes there.
They needed to curl a bit more and be on the face of that rock. This is basically a shot for 3, nose hit.
Exactly. Take a deep breath here. Don't rush anything.
Throwing the out turn with firm weight.
Beautiful shot.
For 3. And that should take care of this game. So final score 9-4 for Team Sturmay over Team Abe. And we're done. Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.